Okay, so in this video we're going to take a look at finessing our walk. So in frame 1, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the heel pivot out to the side here. I'm going to curl the toes up, just the toes up just a little bit. Where is that at? Yeah, there you go. Roll them just a little bit here. And then as his foot comes down, make sure to zero out all of the heel pivots and the foot rolls. So we get something that looks like this. Looks like it retained that ball pivot. Get rid of that. And let's get rid of toe roll on one. So let's take a look at that. So in the front view, heel should pivot out just a little bit. And on 4, it'll come in. And on 7, as he begins to come up, what we want to do is make sure that we extend both of these guys out a little bit. And we want this knee to point out to the left a little bit. So we get something like this. See the knee pulls out, and then as he plants on 13, we want to do a heel pivot, ball roll. Okay, also on 7, we want to make sure that our hips are starting to bear some of that weight of that transfer. So here's 1, our hips are straight. On 7, we get a little curve there. And to counteract that curve, we want to bend our shoulders the outer way, the other way. And to counterbalance that, our head's going to sort of follow it just a little bit off to the side. Seven. On 10, our hips straighten out. So do our shoulders. And on 13, we want to make sure that that's all keyed. So we get something that looks like this. And it might be a little too drastic on 7. Might have to counter that a little bit better. There we go. Because this hip is down. There we go, that's better. Let's pull this arm out so it doesn't look so weird. Right, so to better illustrate this, you want to sort of look at this as 2 lines. If the hips are shooting off in this direction, you want the shoulders coming off this direction. So it's kind of a counterbalance. Look at how that looks. So 7. Okay, so we have that carrying over of weight. Right, so let's also take a look at, as this arm's forward, you want to rotate that shoulder forward. And be conscious of this. So if we're negative 17 here, so it doesn't look weird, on 1, you want to make sure you're positive 17 here. Okay. Last, I want to work on the head a little bit more. So if you select this guy here, it's the rotation for the head. So on 1, we want to sort of nudge his head back. And as he comes up, on 7, we're going to bring it up a little bit more. And on 13, he plants because he's sort of looking at where he's going. So let's take a look at how that looks. Bring it down just a little bit on 1, so that's exaggerated a little bit more. There you go. Those shoulders look a little bit too exaggerated. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at the hands. I'm going to select this palm here. I'm just going to curl in, cup the whole hand a little bit. Something like this. You're kind of relaxing it a little bit. And then just kind of select each finger. So here's 1. On 7, his hand completely relaxes. And on 13, curls again. Just get a little bit of motion in the hands. And on 1, I want to just rotate that wrist forward a little bit. 7, keep it completely straight. 13, just kind of curl that. Now I'll let you go ahead and do that on the other side. So let's go ahead and watch this. Alright, and then lastly what we want to do is you're usually tense when you're on that first step, and as you're carrying over on 7, your body tends to relax a little bit. So up on 1, on 13 you're becoming tense because you finally plant. There we go. Alright, and then the one last thing we want to do on 7 is we want to counterbalance a little bit of that bottom weight. So we're going to stick out his chest on 7. At this, and then on 13, he collapses forward just a little bit. Alright. So what I would do from this point on, I'm going to end the video, is I would continue on with 4 more steps and have your character turn around. And there's an actual example of me, of an animation on my site of that.